Beating Persona 4 Golden with only default skills was quite a long challenge, so let's go for one that might be quite a bit shorter. Welcome to RPG Challenge Runs, and today we find out if we can beat the original Persona game in Japanese, knowing basically zero Japanese and having never played the game before. As always, we'll be playing on a brand new save file on the hardest difficulty setting, which is called Expert in this game. The rules are simple, we can only use the Japanese game language and have to stick with it throughout. It's a brand new save file on the hardest difficulty setting, no glitches, hacks or mods, and obviously no looking at a guide or walkthrough, since that would just be cheating. My initial thoughts are we'll either get completely shut down by a really tough boss early on, or we'll make it about halfway into the game before the language barrier becomes too big of a problem to progress any further. As soon as we boot it up, we're treated to this game's attempts at 3D models and lock in our difficulty setting, Expert. It's pleasantly surprising how much English has actually been in the game already, from the main menu and music to the difficulty selections. Maybe this game might have more English in it than we thought, and then we're greeted to a wall of Japanese text that just goes on and on, and this is the sped up version. By the way, as someone who's only played Persona 3 onwards at the time of this recording, I will be poking fun at the game throughout the video, but I just want everybody to know it's meant to be a playful thing. We're not meant to be disrespecting the game at all. We're obviously not playing the game as intended. It's all just a bit of fun. Everyone got that, right? We're not hating on this game, okay? Let's keep going. Hey, cutscene time, and we're in some kind of warehouse, or is it a classroom? Nah, who cares, let's move on. Holy Jesus, what is that face? Oh my god. Well, before long, four of us are struck by lightning, and we fall down a something, and we get our first lot of voice dialogue. This guy wears a mask, so the animators didn't need to animate his mouth as he talks, of course. Anyway, he says one important word. Persona. And we're asked for our name. So with this being a Japanese only run, we of course pick a, traditional Japanese name, John Smith. Masked guy bids us farewell, I think, and now we're in a hospital, school nurse's office? I mean, if it is the school nurse's office, then this school obviously doesn't take lightning strike accidents seriously enough. I mean, surely that's a life or death situation that would require an ambulance immediately. Nah, whatever. This place is weird enough to have a glowing pink tree anyway. After the cutscene, we open a box to receive one, and we go out to check out that cool tree. But what do you know, it turns out to be a save point. That's actually really useful to know. Before long, we're given access to roam free. Woohoo! But to say the controls feel clunky here is like saying Atlas sold a fair few copies of Persona 5. Basically, you're limited to turning 90 degrees in either direction, strafing one step either side with the left or right shoulder buttons, or pressing up to make a huge sudden dash forward. It's a mix of being disorientating and strangely really fun, if I'm honest. We finally find the exit and start exploring around the town. Initial thoughts here are that the map seems quite big, especially for a game originally released in 1996. Fair enough, this is the PSP remaster, but it seems like there's still quite a lot to explore here very early on in the game, and the music's really upbeat now, which is awesome. We explore a couple of places with nothing much happens, and then we save our progress at the town's huge pink tree. Like, what is it with these pink trees? I really hope the game explains their significance when I play the English version of this, but I suppose the butterfly in Persona 4 isn't really explained in that game either. Whatever. We enter a shopping mall and admire the amazing 3D, totally not at all blurry 2D graphics behind us, before having a look around. We find a familiar place, the Velvet Room, at last, but we can't go in yet. Damn. Instead, we check out a shady door labelled I Hear. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect. Turns out to be some kind of arcade casino thing. With some more money, we might be able to get some good weapons here. Hey, remember when the Pokemon games stopped letting you play their slot machines because it encouraged underage gambling or something? So you had to just buy the coins and couldn't even play the actual games? Yeah, that was a thing. In Europe, at least. Not here, though. We can still play this game somehow. Yay, we won! Anyway, we buy a few items from the other shops. I have no idea what they are, but they have HP in the description at the bottom, and we move on. We arrive at what I'm guessing is a hospital and find this guy with a very strange face hanging out by the smoking area. Remember when smoking areas in hospitals were a thing? Yeah, this game is old. Anyway, Disfigured Man isn't helping us, so we explore around the hospital, checking around until we finally find the one room that triggers a cutscene. Anyway, we have no idea what's going on, but we're treated to another voiceless cutscene, which reveals that the door labelled ICU just leads to a brick wall. Oh no! And with that, we're thrown into what can only be described as a tutorial fight, because we don't need to actually press anything or choose anything, but we all level up just for watching, I suppose. Not gonna lie, I haven't got a clue what any of that was telling us, so we'll just have to rely on knowledge from the future Persona games to try to carry us through the run. We're soon back to running around the hospital and encountering mobs of shadows. Look, I don't know if they're called shadows in this game, I'm sorry if they're not, but we're gonna call them that anyway because that's what they're called in future games, and I don't know any different. We try out different moves and quickly defeat these green blob enemies, but we're soon thrown into a second fight. This time we try the option with a dialogue box. I'm hoping it's something similar to the negotiations from Persona 5. I mean, it might be, it doesn't go well for us because the enemies just get some sort of status effect. So we go for the cycle wheel option, which maybe is like the auto attack from future games, and the AI quickly wins the battle for us. I'm going to speed up the footage going forward because it's mainly us just using auto to very quickly win every single battle while taking almost no damage. We make it back to the Disfigured Man in the smoking area, but things are looking a bit worse than last time we were here. Let's keep exploring. We soon make it back to the lobby where, oh no, a vending machine has fallen onto someone. Well, at least we seem to have gotten a new team member. Is this the girl from the hospital bed earlier? Who knows. It feels strange having 5 people on the team since the later Persona games only allow a maximum of 4, and maybe our party size in battle can get even bigger, who knows. The problem now is that we have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Since we can't leave the area via the main entrance, we try backtracking a bit. We bump into a doctor who's eager to fully heal us, thanks Doc, and find a save point at another pink tree within an enclosed room. Don't trees need light to grow and survive? Who cares, let's move on. 17,000 random encounters later, yes, the game has a shockingly high encounter rate, we get back to this gentleman on the floor, but we still have no idea where to go. I'm convinced we've explored everywhere, including the room where the girl was in bed, but I think we've hit a roadblock. We try exploring this relatively small section of the game for over 20 minutes, but the random encounters are becoming unbearable. Speaking of which, the game never lets us escape from battles for some reason, though it's probably my fault, I have no idea what we're doing. As we stand beside this broken Atlas vending machine, we realise that our inability to learn the Japanese language ultimately made us lose the challenge. Game over. I'm genuinely surprised because I thought the battle gameplay was going to be the thing that ended the run, not the main story objectives. Still, despite the satirical pokes at the game, it was actually a really fun first look at Persona 1, and I'm definitely going to be playing the English version after uploading this video. Did we miss anything obvious in the run, or are you going to try the game out for yourself? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it for this week. GG guys, and see you in the next one. Cheers.
Hey Senpai, next week we're back to Persona 4 Golden. This time we're gonna try to beat it solo on the hardest difficulty, only using a single slime. You should like and subscribe.